personal. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
All right, so I'm going to talk about this, and it's going to sound a little far-fetched, but my job here on True School Sports is to document any and everything relevant to the sweet science of boxing, because you guys know boxing is crazy. We may think things are unrealistic, but money talks and bullshit walks, and we've seen crazy things happen in boxing before. So we're going to talk about this here on True School Sports. Now, I was there at Barry's Boxing in Las Vegas when Gervonta Davis had his media workout for the Ryan Garcia fight. I was there, and I was in the media scrum, and Gervonta Davis was being asked questions about all kinds of stuff. But one of the things that was discussed for a couple of minutes was, Naoya Inoue, the monster, about his upcoming fight with Stephen Fulton, things like that. But then also Marcos Villegas, who was like maybe about 10 to 20 feet to my left in the scrum, he asked a question, which I think is ridiculous, but I wanted to comment on it, about Gervonta Davis fighting Naoya Inoue, maybe at a catchweight fight. And to that, Tank Davis said it would be a fun fight. To that, Gervonta Davis kind of welcomed the opportunity to fight Naoya Inoue, and he also showed an immense amount of respect for the monster. He always has. He's always talked highly of him. He said he was very good. He said he's one of the best fighters in the world, and Tank is telling the truth. Now, could these two ever fight? Could Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue realistically ever fight? I mean, let's do the logistics. Naoya Inoue turned pro at light flyweight, 108 pounds. I believe Gervonta Davis probably turned pro at what, maybe featherweight or 130, maybe even lower than that. I can't remember right now, but they turned pro weight classes apart. They're weight classes apart right now. Naoya Inoue is getting ready to compete in his 4th weight division against Stephen Fulton at 122, which is super bantamweight. Naoya Inoue is campaigning at lightweight, so that's what, featherweight, junior lightweight, and then lightweight. So they're separated by 3 weight classes. So what weight class would if they were to fight, because it would be an interesting fight. You have probably the biggest star in American boxing taking on the biggest star in Japanese boxing, 2 of the biggest stars in the sport. If they were to ever fight, what weight would they have to meet at for this fight to make sense? Because Gervonta Davis is not a big guy. He's not a tall guy. He's like maybe 5'5", 5'6". He's very short. Naoya Inoue, I've never seen him in person, but I believe his listed height is about 5'4", maybe. Maybe he's taller. I don't know. I've never seen him in person, but I know height-wise, they're not going to be too far apart. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be very interesting. What weight class would they have to fight at? Maybe I would say like somewhere between. It wouldn't have to. I don't think 130 would be it. I don't know if Tank's body can make 130, because Tank has literally been at what, 140. So they'd have to fight, I think, at 130, or maybe just a little bit south of 130, maybe like a 128 catch weight or something like that. And I think if they ever were to fight, Naoya Inoue I feel like he should have the benefit of getting a rehydration clause, because, and by the way, I'm sorry for the breath, guys. This is Japan. Like, you can start walking, and then the road becomes a hill. So all of a sudden, you're doing an incline exercise. So my bad for the hard breathing. But Naoya Inoue, I think, would deserve a rehydration clause if that fight were to ever happen, because number one, this isn't like Rolly. This isn't like none of the fights Tank's ever had. Number one, this guy's a huge star. Fighting him is going to get Tank a lot of attention, a lot of notoriety, a lot of money too. I mean, this Naoya Inoue, he's like Michael Jordan, Shohei Ohtani of Japanese boxing. I mean, this guy is big. Like the other day, I was at a boxing gym here in Japan, out in Nagoya, a gym called the Hatanaka Boxing Gym. And one thing I like about these Japanese boxing gyms is that most of the gyms that I've been to, at least, they all have this library of like old Japanese boxing magazines. So I was looking through the library the other day, at the gym I was at, and that like their library of magazines goes as far back as 2009 to now, 2022. And Naoya Inoue, I would say from like 2013, 2014, he was at least, from 2014 to like now, he's been on at least like 60% of the covers for Japanese boxing. He's huge. So fighting him has a lot of value, right? And I think that value needs to be respected in the form of not doing to him what you done to other opponents. And then secondly, Naoya Inoue is a naturally smaller man. So if you put a rehydration clause on him, then you deserve all the criticism you get, because putting a rehydration clause on big ass Ryan Garcia is one thing, but then to put a rehydration clause on a light flyweight would just a guy who turned pro at light flyweight would just kind of show like, hey, like now you're just being ridiculous. So yeah, and then as far as the fight itself, it'd be listen, if they can meet if they could find a way to meet at, it would be a crazy fight. We know Gervonta Davis is and he's showing it by fight. You know, he's one of the smarter fighters out there. You know, he's been able to deal with all kinds of styles. As far as Naoya Inoue, a lot of people here on this channel, in my comment section, they always say, well, BT, none of these guys at 122 and none of these guys at featherweight can fuck with or beat Naoya Inoue, right? So if that truly is the case, if nobody at 122 can beat him, if nobody at featherweight can beat him, then why not do this fight? Why not? It would, you know, at some point in time, provided that he could beat Stephen Fulton, do what he needs to do at 122, do some things at featherweight. If the opportunity presents itself, why not do this fight? Why not? I mean, Gervonta Davis likes fighting smaller guys anyway. He's made a whole career off of it. Why not fight this small guy? It would actually make him a lot of money. It would make him a bigger star globally. If you think he's the face of boxing, well, that's called into question now because Canelo's still in the sport. But I'll tell you right now, if you fight Naoya Inoue with that big Japanese following that he's got, and let's just say you beat him or you put on a great fight, maybe I don't know, whatever happens. But if you just fight him, I'm telling you right now, you think Tank's a big star now, let him fight Naoya Monster Inoue, and you'll see how big of a star he'll become. Naoya Inoue is a special fighter. We know this. We'll see how he does Stephen Fulton here in 2 months here in Japan when they fight. But if he really is as special as some of you guys make him out to be, and he is special, I do think he is special. Don't get it twisted. I think he's a very special fighter, but is he Manny Pacquiao level special? Like, cause this would be like some Manny Pacquiao level shit. If he's able to fight Gervonta Davis, go up to 128 or 130 or something like that, that would be special. So is it probably gonna happen? No, not really. Would it be cool? It'd be a lot cooler than a lot of other Gervonta Davis fights, I'll tell you that much. It'd be cooler than Gervonta Davis versus Jesus Cuellar, or it'd be cooler than Gervonta Davis versus Hugo Ruiz, or any of those kind of fights. But again, it's a long shot, and then even if it does happen, it's not gonna happen under the circumstances that I'm asking for. More than likely, like, I like to see them fight, if they do fight, with no rehydration clause, so Inoue can be at his optimum best, and we can see two of the best fighters in the world actually square off and go at it with no bullshit. You know, Gervonta Davis stated many times that he's planning on coming here to Tokyo to the fight, and I do suspect that if he does meet Naoya Inoue, I feel like his people, like Mayweather Promotions and whatnot, Al Heyman, whatever, I feel like his people may just talk to Naoya Inoue's people, and they may try to, who knows, set something up for the future. So watch this space. Maybe something happens, maybe it doesn't, but either way, it's interesting to talk about here on True School Sports. So those are my thoughts on Tank versus Naoya Inoue. It's probably not going to happen, but it's fun to talk about. So leave your comments down below. What do you guys think? What do you guys think Naoya Inoue will even be good enough? Like, will he be good enough to even conquer 122, 126 to position himself for a fight against Gervonta Davis? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I was saying, every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.